Hello everyone, I'm Deborah. Welcome back to my kitchen. So glad you're joining me today. So recently you guys, I finished putting together a charcuterie board that is filled with everything keto. And you guys, it turned out phenomenally, as you can see in that image above. Now, everything that I needed to make for the charcuterie board, such as the breads and the jams and the peppermint bark, I've got videos so that you can make them as well, and I'll leave that in my charcuterie board playlist in the link above. But today I wanted to come back to you and show you how I put together the meat display along with the cheese display that I put on that board. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, then stay with me and I will show you how coming up next. All right, welcome back everyone. So two of the cheeses that I used on this board was a white cheddar and the other cheese that I used was a sharp cheddar. And this is how they were cut. The sharp cheddar I just cut into cubes, and then the white cheddar I cut into a rectangle. So let me show you guys how to accomplish that. Okay, now for the sharp cheddar cheese, what I did is I sized it up as far as the thickness that I wanted for my cube. And once I sized it up, I just simply sliced all the way down from the top to the bottom. And then I got my slice. And then what I did is I used this as a template for my next slice. And then I lined it up and I cut through and I did exactly the same. Okay? So the next thing that I did is I wanted to get, again, the size of my cube. So when I started, I eyed it. And then for every consecutive slice after that, I use a previous cube as a template. Like that. And of course, you guys, this is probably the extra that I did, but I just wanted to make a pretty uniform display. And the same thing for this slice. Okay, so at this point, I've got my strips and line them back up again. And then simply cut out my cubes. All right, and there we have our cubes. Okay. So let's get this out of the way and I will show you how to cut the white cheddar. All right, so for this, the first slice, I eyed it, and then after that, I just used this as a template for the thickness. Okay. And now that I have my slice, I simply took it from one end to the other, okay, so that I would get my triangle. Like that. See that? Okay, and cut all the way through. And it is just that simple. And then for the display, I just put them in opposite directions, and that made for a nice visual presentation. So that's the cheeses, you guys. All right, everyone, now for the meat. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the salami. And as you can see in the footage above, the presentation of this meat was absolutely beautiful. This is what I did to achieve that. I took the round, I cut it in half. Sorry, I folded it in half, and I folded it in half again, pinched the bottom so that it would stay together, and I continued on. And depending upon how big I wanted it, I continued down lengthwise before I started turning in. Okay, I'm going to start turning in. And of course, as I said in the video, it is so beneficial, so helpful if you start planning this in advance and prepping wherever you can. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. And now we've got the shape that we want. Like that. Now at this point, I'm going to put something right in the center. I'm just going to put my finger right there and just fold it in, just like that. Now, if you need to put maybe a toothpick or something in it just to hold it together until it sets, you can do that too. But just for time purposes, I'm just going to show you what I do. And I just put it right there in the center. And then there you have it. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Next, we are going to do a rose made out of the pepperoni. All right, so I've got my pepperoni here. I'm going to take out a few slices. And I've got a container or a shot glass, but something about, well, something that is the width perimeter of the size of the rose that you want to create. And this is the size that I want to create. So what you do is you take the pepperoni, okay, and I fold it in half just like that, and I place it over the rim of the container, and I press. And then the next slice, do exactly the same thing, fold it in half, and I overlap it, maybe about halfway, and I press. Same thing with this, about halfway, and press. And then I continue going around until I meet this one. So let me just go ahead and complete that. And that is the first row. So the next one, again, fold it in half, and the center of this is going to meet these two seams. So you see that seam? So the center of this is going to cover that. And then you just continue and do exactly the same thing. Continue going around. And pressing. And because this meat is fatty, it will hold its form. So guys, at this point, what you want to do is you want to continue going around until the center is filled. Okay, so before I reveal the rose, let me go ahead and take a spinach leaf. I'll take this and we're going to turn it over. to reveal our rose. How beautiful is that, you guys? And that's it. You make as many as you want to fill up your charcuterie board. So as you can see, guys, I went ahead and put the cheese and the meat on this platter. And as you can see, you have got yourself the start of a beautiful charcuterie platter. Just let your imagination lead you. Got some jam. We'll do some olives. Some crackers. Some fruit. And just that quickly, you guys, you have got yourself a beautiful presentation. All right, everyone, this has quickly become one of my new favorite things. And again, all you are limited to is what you have in your refrigerator along with your imagination. And in a short amount of time, you can create something just as beautiful as this. So I would appreciate you guys if you would give this video a thumbs up. Please do share, and please do subscribe to my channel if you've not yet done so before. And remember, you guys, it is a great day. You make it your own kind of special by creating wonderful, delicious platters such as this. Remember, you guys, to remain safe, healthy, and encouraged. And until we meet again, keep growing, keep thriving, keep pushing those boundaries. And I'll see you all real soon on my next I've Got Something to Say Too. Thanks again, you guys.